Good afternoon, Shirley. Good afternoon, and welcome to Glamour Live. Uh, Welcome to Glamour Live. I am Molife Kumona, the online editor for Glamour. Sorry, I was just looking at just making sure my phone is on Do Not Disturb so that when we start our conversation with Unathi Nkayi, who is a media personality, singer-songwriter, radio, television presenter, and Idol's SA judge, and who's also a very good friend of mine. So just waiting on Unathi to join us, and we're gonna have like a really cool chat. I can promise you that this is going to be one of the books. If you've seen Unathi, if you've interacted with her either on social media, you know that Unathi is a whole lot of fun. So just waiting on Unathi to join us, and we can start our conversation. Please do not forget to also send us your questions for Unathi. Send those questions through, and let's have ourselves a great Thursday afternoon. What have you guys been doing? I'm just looking at some of the questions I put down here for Unathi, making sure I have them properly and putting that phone on silent. What have you guys been up to? How has day 13 of the lockdown, is that correct? I think it's day 13 of the lockdown been going for you? What have you been doing? How have you been spending your time? Unathi has just joined. Let me just, there's my friend. This way. Sparkling.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Sparkling. How are you?
I'm good, my friend. How are you?
Oh, you look so good.
I did it for you.
Oh, hey.
I did it for you. Thank you.
How are you doing?
Hello, my friend.
Good. You know what? I was actually nervous. Coming, I'm like,
Why?
oh no. It's like when you interview someone you know who you're so close to, you're like, I hope I got all the, I literally wrote questions. I put questions down.
Firstly, you don't need to give me an introduction as my friend. Secondly, you don't need to write any questions down because we just
I know that.
talk and talk and talk and talk for
Yes.
hours.
Yes.
Sorry,
Definitely.
I'm late. I was just posting that people need to watch us live. So my apologies to everybody who's been waiting for 3 minutes. I hate being late, so I apologize.
Thank you for that.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good.
I last saw you in December. No? Yes. No.
Yes, in December. Yes, in December after your show at Kirstenbosch. Yes.
You're sparkling. It's been a while, eh?
It's been a while. The lockdown needs to just stop.
So Kirstenbosch was the last time I saw you because before then I was there for the week. We can't talk about that. And then before then you were here.
Yes.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So that was December 22nd.
Yeah, it's so long.
I know. Now that we say it.
You know what I'm excited about? What I'm excited about is that you are back on radio. You're back on radio. How does it feel? And I know you had said that you were not going to go to radio for a while. And what made you go to Kaya? I know it's your home and it was a great.
Yeah. My friend, if I'm being honest with you, it was so many factors that made me say yes. And we've had this conversation. I had to step away from the public eye because I was going through a lot and I was hurting a lot. And I didn't want to be one of those hosts who we hear treats the radio show as a therapy session, or I didn't want to constantly be angry on air and lash out, because I've got a very sharp tongue, very outspoken. So I had to be very conscious of that, and put the listener first. And also, I just wanted to heal and be out of the limelight. You know, I came to Joburg 2001, and 2 months later I was on SABC1. So I've been on television, on radio since 2001. So I just wanted to step away, and take my time in rediscovering who I am, you know. And then when Greg called, it was an offer I could not refuse. So I knew that I've healed enough to be able to be of service to other people. 12 to 3 is absolutely wonderful. And he said when he spoke to me, he said, so we chatted in December, and then he said, what are you doing? So I said, no, I'm working throughout. And he was like, only the smart people do. And I was like, yeah. And then he said, and I said to him, I'm going on leave in February. I'm going to Trini, to Carnival. And then he was like, you must take the Kai FM listeners next time. So I was like, I'd love to. And then he's like, but you need your own show to do so. And then I literally was like, so what are you saying? And he's like, I want you to come to Kaya. And then before I answered, he said, I'm going to make it work for you. And I literally just kept quiet and listened to him. And then he said, he's like, I know you want to be a good mom, so you're going to get to wake your kids up in the morning, and you're going to get to cook supper for them and put them to bed at night. And I said, thank you. And then he says to me, I know you're an Afropolitan and you love traveling the continent and you're a great ambassador doing that. So I don't want to take that away from you. So you don't have to work Fridays.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And then he's like, I know you get along with old people and young people, so I want you to have that conversation. I know you get along with all races, so I want you to have intercultural conversations. So it's because Kaya's allowing me to be me, you know? And the main reason as well is they're allowing me to be me in my entirety. So they're not saying, come to radio and never speak about your music. Come to radio and never speak about your health regime. Come to radio and never speak about the TV that you're producing. Like, they know that I'm a creator of things that are artistic, and I couldn't say no to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And on the first you came, that it was after your trip to Trini, and then
I literally landed Sunday night.
and Monday.
Yeah, so I literally landed Saturday night. Sunday we were in conference calls the whole day to make sure that the show was fine, and then I was on air on Monday. Yeah.
How was that like? Because you hadn't done radio 2 years. You hadn't been on radio like 3 years.
3 years to the month. Yeah, 2017 March I quit. 2020 March I started. So it was overwhelming. I mean, they sent Maybachs to pick me up.
Maserati, wasn't it Maserati?
It was a Maserati. Sorry, they sent me a German sedan, a sedan Maserati to pick me up, an SUV Maserati to take me home. I mean, the entire team welcomed me, champagne, cake, the whole day. Then we walked across to Marble. I've never done an in-studio broadcast and out of studio in one show, never mind that being my first show. So it's been overwhelming and wonderful and magical, but also, indicative of what they expect from me, because if they give me the best, then obviously I have to give my best
as well.
Yeah, and I've truly been enjoying that.
And I think everyone who's watching and your listeners know that you've been giving the best, but you've been having such a great time sparkling. Like, you literally, so you're on live, you're like dancing, you're on radio. I'm just like, wow, it's a jam.
It is a jam, and I love that, because my personality is big and bubbly and just out there. So for me, I love the fact that I can get to be that. I choose the music with the music team, and we sit down every single day and we plan it out musically, sonically, the content. But also, I want you to know that it's genuine. So that's why I'll do the live, or I'll do a story and I'll introduce someone's song and then I'll tag them, because I'm here to serve.
Yeah.
What do you want? Do you want us to dance together? Let's do that together. Do you want us to cry together? Let's do that together. Let's just, let's do it together, and let's be sincere in that. And let's share the mood of joy, because joy, we need joy.
Yeah, definitely.
Hello, Enrico.
And
We
there's
have
there's
people
there's
from
Layla
America
from
tuning in.
Canada. Layla from Canada says we love you.
Hello, Layla, Canada. Enrico's in. Are you in Chicago now, Enrico? Please let me know. But he's in the States, and he sent me a WhatsApp yesterday. They literally have wild coyotes walking in the streets, because that's how serious their lockdown is. So I met Enrico. He was here in Bloemfontein performing. He's with Sidney Johnson's band.
Uh-huh.
And we had a festival. Yes, he's in Chi-Town. He says yes, he's in Chicago. Abu Dhabi, hi guys.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, I met Enrico then, I think 3 or 4 years ago, Enrico, and we've been friends since. And he comes back to SA to visit with his wife and his kids and his child. And he was actually saying he's quite upset because he might not be able to come this year because of,
Yeah, because of yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking of
yeah.
the lockdown, I mean, you are an essential services worker, so you have not a total lockdown like some of us, but how has that been for you, the lockdown, and how are you dealing with it?
Allow me to be very honest. Hi, from Congo, Congolese. Hi, my love. Guys, we haven't said hi to everyone because everyone's like, I'm in Ireland, can we start from the beginning? Excuse our very bad manners. We were just so excited to talk to each
To see
other.
each
So,
other.
hi
Hi guys, how are
everybody.
you?
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes.
Buffy from East London's just tuned in as well. Thank you, everybody. Hi. I forgot the question, my friend.
We're talking about the lockdown. How has it been for you? Even though
Yeah,
you
I was
do
saying,
get
allow me to be honest in
mm,
that I get to leave the house at least once a day.
mm,
And I think being able to get in my car, start the ignition, drive to work, even though I have to get back immediately, has
mm,
helped me tremendously.
mm,
Um, it's the same as everyone. It's devastating in that everything of mine got cancelled. And I was
mm,
talking to Scoop,
mm,
the
mm,
Siangwe guys from YFM, today, and we were both just so grateful that we still have our radio gigs, because
yeah.
everything's buckling. When I say to you, everything
Mm-hmm,
has been cancelled.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Everything. My lip color is ruby woo, so I'm going to answer all the glam questions
It's
next. All the
okay. It's
glam.
okay. All right. Fine. It's okay. It's okay. That's what we're here for. We're here to serve.
Like I'll answer your questions, but in between I'll answer everyone else's.
Yes. Yes.
Ruby woo by Mac. Thank you. This I got from my hairstylist, because he says I don't accessorize enough, which is true. I'm not into like jewelry. As you can see, I'm very plain. So he was
Mm,
like, please, at least wear this, queen, for the Glamour interview.
which
So
is
he's in
beautiful.
Botswana watching now. Hi,
Unathi.
Gama. Yes, Unathi. Hi, Gama.
Uh,
Here it is. So yeah. So it's the shock killed me from that, because everything gets cancelled. I'm just charging my
mm,
phone. Sorry.
okay.
But I have to admit, I'm enjoying the quiet. Um, I'm unashamedly not inspired,
Mm,
right?
mm.
And allow me to be honest, because like everyone's like so inspired. Everybody's inspired. Everybody's a cook. Everybody can bake. Everybody's hosting gym classes, dance classes. Everybody's reading like some philosophical. I'm like, leave
Yeah.
it alone. Literally, sparkling. Literally, I did. You are part of 3 people I've said yes to. I did Palisa Mokubong yesterday from Manso, because
Yes.
I love
I want
her.
to tell about
You today with the Glamour team, because I love you guys and your family. And then I've got Gareth Cliff's radio show after this, literally. And it's yeah. And other than that, I'm like, I'm not inspired. I don't have the energy. I'm sleeping a lot. I'm eating a lot.
you
And
were
I'm
talking
just
about the
like,
folk
I'm
that
not
you.
inspired. Can we just chill? I want to go, shut up. Leave me alone. Put your phones down. You don't want to see everything that you're doing. That's another thing. Like, you going to the bathroom, you're taking us with you. You know what I mean?
I think people haven't been spending so much time with themselves.
I think people don't like their own company.
That is true.
I think people are scared of the people that they've chosen to live with. I think people seek validation way too much. I think just like watch TV, stand outside, visit the fridge regularly, and just it's like 3 weeks. I don't want to come out a new person after this. Like, you know, but am I the only one? How are you? Because the digital space is your life. So how are you evaluating all our behavior during this thing?
It's interesting. It's interesting. I've intentionally chosen not to follow certain people because they're just a lot.
Follow mute. Have you muted people?
Yes, I have.
Me
I've
too.
muted quite a number of people.
I'm gonna call you later. I'm gonna call you later, and we'll discuss notes on who you've muted.
Yes. And like I was telling you yesterday, it's so hard for me.
I'm gonna pardon myself because it's Glamour, and you don't mind.
No.
Okay.
No. But your face looks good though. It looks right.
Yeah, but I want to glow. I don't want to shine. I want to perspire. I don't want to sweat.
Oh wow.
I want to have pearls, not drops of Carnival. I want my glow to amalgamate. Private joke loading.
So yesterday, right? You were speaking to Palesa, and there's a part that I caught that I thought was extremely important. When you're speaking about
thank you for watching, my friend.
No, you're most welcome. And when Palesa was speaking about how from the moment you started working with her, you started knowing about her, and with all the designers, you buy the clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, can you talk about that? Because I thought to myself, that's really important because some people would go in, and because you are the personality that you are and you have the reach that you have, people usually use the reach to get stuff.
Can we call a spade a spade?
Yes.
I think people who are, get to certain positions develop entitlement issues. So now, when the world tells you, oh, you've got so much influence and you've got a great platform and you can do so much for the industry, right? And behind closed doors, you're sending PAs, your managers, a lot of the time, because they don't have the guts to go to the fashion houses themselves to say, can I have stuff for free, right? Because that's essentially what they're doing. So they'll send their hired help to these fashion houses where people are giving their lives, their creativity, they're hiring staff, they've got factories, they're printing cloths, they're cutting, they're sewing, they're beading. And then you go there and you say, hi, because I'm so-and-so. My name is Unathi, and I have a following of over 1 million people. I can do so much for your garments because I wear them, right? Then how do they feed their families? How do they meet their overheads? So I just refuse. So my philosophy is I don't like free things. Firstly, I don't accept anything for free because I know nothing is for free. So given that, I rather take back the power and I pay for everything. I commission everything. The Okokoko video, I sat down with my closet design team. We designed it. We chose the fabric. They printed that fabric for me, specially. So now I go back and I say, I don't want to pay for this. That's just disgusting. And I'm sorry, like if I'm going to get into trouble with my peers, but I find it unbecoming. And I don't think we can build industries. I watched a documentary, and it was about the Jewish community here in South Africa and how they garner their wealth, build their wealth, but also protect their wealth. And the documentary was saying that 1 rand will move 19 times in the Jewish community before they let it leave. So to give you an example, I will now hire a Jewish. So let's say in the Jewish community, they'll hire a Jewish plumber, Jewish electrician, Jewish cook, Jewish driver, Jewish courier service, Jewish teachers, Jewish mentors, and all that stuff. And then after 19 times, after that one rand has commissioned and paid for 19 different families, then Gengoku, they'll say, okay, let's let it out to the rest of the community. And for me, that's the philosophy I use. So if I want to wear South African designers, I budget and I save and I pay.
And Siamo is asking, what's the name of the documentary and where did you watch the documentary?
It was on DSTV like many years ago. But I'm sure if you just Google it and we'll find it.
And
Sarah Katindi, you say you miss my voice. Listen to KFM, baby.
12 to 3, Midday Joy with Unathi.
Yes.
So
thank you for this platform, Sparkling.
We're still waiting for that fitness video.
You know, we've been chatting about this. I was going to do a fitness video, but then knowing you know me and you know that I want immediate contact with my audience, and I love the intimacy, and I love just being real and sharing. So instead of the video, we decided to start our our gym sessions. So we started we've got a pop-up gym festival happening, and we started it in March, in February, and we did Pretoria. But obviously we have to put it at a break now because of what's happening. But literally we've got dates from now until the end of the year, and we're going nationally. So the next one's going to be in Joburg. We've got Durban, Cape Town, Pretoria, Bloem, PE. We're literally going all over the country.
No, that's very good. Most times people just look at 3. Joburg, Durban, Cape Town. But I'm glad that you're going all over.
I'm a Grahamstown girl. Yeah, I'm a Grahamstown girl. So I've got to literally make sure that I touch as much of South Africa as possible, and I make a yes, Jessica, we're coming to Limpopo. So I've got to make sure that I touch as many people as possible. And you know me, I've it's in a video I can't answer questions. In a video I can't give advice. In a video I can't listen. So I prefer our boot camps, because even while we're exercising, I can show you how I want you to correct your move. It's everything, right? So it makes it more intimate. Mpumalanga, we're coming, I promise you, Bobby. So for me, I just want real connections. Otherwise, there's no point, So a video is it's one way. It's me to you. It can't be reciprocal, and I love that. I love interaction. You know me.
Sarah is like, how about Namibia?
Yeah, Namibia. Can I tell you that I lived in Namibia for 4 years? I cannot. I lived in Windhoek. Yes.
Oh yeah. You did say in your book. Yes, you do.
Yeah. So we moved to. Yeah, so we moved to Namibia when I was 6 months old, and we came back when I was 4 years old to move straight to the UK. Namibia, of course. Namibia, I lived there for 4 years. You're my second home. So I haven't been back since I was a child. So I can't wait to do boot camps. I was booked to come to Namibia now in April for a talk. But obviously it had to be cancelled because of what's happening. So Namibia, Botswana, you are definitely in my plans. Mozambique, I'm probably going to see you in July. Tanzania, I'm probably coming back with my whole family. My mom's retiring. One of my cousins is turning 50. Yeah, so we're grandparents, our generation, and all our kids, we want to go to Zanzibar because I want them to swim with the dolphins like I did. Zimbabwe, there's a village called Nkayi after my surname. I first came to Zim when I was 15. I love you. I love Vic Falls. I love Bulawayo. I love Lake Kariba. Africa, I love you. Like, don't even question me about my love for you, the continent. So tell me when to come and I'll come.
And how are the kids doing with the lockdown and Corona? How are they handling all that? Are they frustrated, or are they enjoying being at home?
They are with their father. So,
Ah.
sparkling.
Oh,
And when I
sparkling.
call them, they seem to be fine. When I video call them, no, they're loving it.
Yeah.
You know, we live very close to each other, so we
Oh,
literally have one traffic light
oh, wow.
separating us.
Awesome.
So because yeah, so we have one traffic light separating us, and because he's also an essential service provider, um, so you know, if they wanna move homes, then
Yeah.
we'll do it on our way from work or to work,
Mhm.
so that we minimize anything. But they've literally been with their father. They're enjoying it. They're loving it. My son's been with his father the whole lockdown. 15-year-old boy, you can
Yeah, of
understand.
course.
And
Of course. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, go to daddy, go to daddy. And
Uh,
then my daughter came back last week Wednesday till this past Sunday.
mm.
And she's doing very well. I mean, she came home with a menu. So she's like,
Oh, wow.
Mommy, please can you make, yeah. Mommy, please can you make jacket potatoes with bacon bits and lots of cheese? And then,
Oh, wow.
Mama, and then brownies, and then potato rice and chicken fried rice. And so they're good, my friend. And I think this is, you know, because I didn't put any pressure on myself and their father either. And
Mhm.
going back to that whole, I'm not inspired. I'm not trying to recreate. Like, shut up, put your phones down. I
Mhm.
think that lack of pressure we passed on to our kids. So they've got their daily timetable. I call them in the morning, check up. Have you done your work today? Yes, mom. Okay, then you can play outside in the garden. You know what I mean? My son's inherited a little scooter from his father, so they're
Wow,
teaching each other how to ride a motorbike. Yeah, so it's no not too devastating for them.
yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Mm.
Which is pretty cool. And then
Yeah.
music wise. So I know. Do you have any new music coming? I know you
So
just the Ikoko with it's Tebe and those guys, right?
yes,
Spectacular.
and the Kings of the Weekend, all
Yes,
Nays and Spectacular.
yeah.
I've got another brand new one coming out, and it's called Super Love,
Oh yeah.
featured by Raps Bafu. Yeah.
Huh?
And we're gonna we've decided we had a soft release before the lockdown, but then we decided to hold back. We'll
Mm.
release properly as soon as the lockdown ends. We're shooting. Do you want to come to the music video?
Yes, I've been wanting to be in the music. Can I be the starting?
Yes.
Can I just be the
Yes.
starring? Like, tell me what I need
you
to do
you
to hit the gym.
so yeah, so
I'll
we've
be the
got
starring.
so
I
we've
need to be
got
the starring.
do you know how to ride a bike?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes,
So
I'm.
we've got
Oh yeah.
we've so we've got the storyboard already.
Ah.
Part of it, and the reason why I'm asking you to ride a bike, part of it is we're gonna go on a bicycle tour around Soweto.
Oh, that's nice.
Because I feel that our music videos, as much as they're beautiful and contextually they are ours, but I feel that sometimes we need to have more of a storyline, or just to archive our history a little bit better.
Mm.
So if you can ride a bike, I will make sure you are here in Joburg. You will
Yes,
be
please.
in the music video with us. I already have a steering. I've asked him. But he has a very, very small role. Sparkling, listen. He has a very small role at the end of
Okay.
the video.
Okay.
Now that you say
Yeah.
you can ride a bike, you're going to be
Yeah.
in my entire video with me as one of
I'm.
my best friends,
I'm.
riding to the Salt and Pepper Towers,
Oh yeah.
riding, and we
I'm happy.
go for beer tasting. We're going to
Oh
ride
yeah.
past Mam Winnie's house around the
Oh.
corner from Vilakazi, and then we're going to end up on
Oh wow.
Vilakazi, where we have two laureate winners, Datu
Oh wow.
Tutu's house and the Mandela house. And
Oh wow.
then we're going to stop off and have a street party and end it off Kwasakum's.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm in it. So someone
I'm
just
a
said, yeah.
storyteller. Why are you shocked? Why are you shocked? I'm a storyteller just like you.
Oh wow. And someone said I want to be the male, what the male version of a video vixen.
Oh, come. As long as you can ride a bike. Raps Mafui needs a female steering as well. So he needs a female steering. And yeah, we need lots and lots of extras, guys. So we want lots of people in the video. Street party, obviously, we need
Yeah.
a lots of people every lagazi. And obviously, riding the bikes, we want like imagine lots of beautiful black people in the
Yes, right.
street.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Can
And
we tell our stories, please?
when are you and
Ah,
Kabomo?
Mel was in Okokogo, must she be in Super Love as well? Someone's like, Mel must also be in the video.
Ah, can we
I
have
read my
different
mind.
pairings?
She's one of my favorite people in the world.
And you and Kabomo, when are you going to record music together? When are
We've
you going to
actually for the first, because we've never collaborated together.
I know that, yeah.
Yeah. So for the first time, he asked me last week if I'll feature on his album. He's got a
Yeah.
beautiful album coming out. So obviously I said I'd be honored. So we're gonna feature on his album as well. And then I know I'm supposed to. I've released an album every 3 years ever since 2005 for the last 15 years. So I don't think I'm going to release an album this year, if I'm going to be honest with you. Even though that it's due, I may release like a single.
Yeah.
But I've got too many people that I want to work with all over the world that I don't want to make time the limitation of how great it could be. So I've had to come to terms with, okay, I don't think I'll release this year, but when I release next year, it will be thoroughly worth it. Thoroughly worth it. Because
How's Trini?
How's Trini?
Because let me tell you something. Everyone who watched that, remember, all of us were now back at work. And there you are in Trini.
So mean.
I was like, you know what? Can we just mute you? But obviously I can't mute you because I wanted to still see. How was that?
Life-changing.
Uh-huh.
I called it my pilgrimage. Life-changing in that it's all the way across the world. Literally, I flew 33 hours there and 34 hours back. So it's literally all the way across the world. Tropical, so it's averaging 37 to 42 every single day. Beautiful mixed race of people. Yes, I tried the shark, I tried the coconut water, I tried the doubles. I've actually got a recipe for doubles. Beautiful free people. Trini was, I keep describing it as, we were part of the youngest people there, right? Because you obviously need to afford like flying across the world, accommodation for a week. The costumes are ridiculously expensive, food,
Yeah.
So our next door neighbors at our Airbnb were 65-year-old best friends on the left. On the right was a 75-year-old man with his 67-year-old wife. People in literally just bum shorts and nothing else, G-strings and bras. Very liberating. Trini was beautiful in that Carnival is a celebration of woman and everything that she is. In sensuality, because people think it's a very sexual experience. It's not sexual. It's very respectful, and it's a celebration of the female form. So every song is about, who paid for that bam bam, who paid for that bam bam, or the men will. There's a song where the men bumper is bam, ne?
Yeah.
Or they'll either say bam bam or bumper.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a song where the men go how your bumper looking? And so all the men will go, how your bumper looking? And then all the women look back and we go, fat, my bumper looking fat. So it's just a wonderful, yeah. So imagine like thousands. So this is what they do. So it's a 2-day carnival, and they close off all the roads on the island, right? Apart from all the roads on the outskirts. And then the cars have to park on the outskirts and you must walk through the streets. So thousands and thousands of people from across the world, you join a specific tribe. So my tribe was the Lost Tribe. And then there's the Carnival tribe. Then there's the One Tribe. There's so many different tribes. And each tribe has thousands and thousands of people. And then each tribe has different sections. Each section has a different outfit, a costume, and then there's a different theme. So our Monday theme was all white, and that's why all of us were wearing white on Monday. And then on Tuesday, they give you the different themes for the tribes. Myself and Mazwi, who we chose Erin because we love guys. She's an elephant. And I mean, I said to Mazwi, I want to go to Carnival, but I don't want to go there and wear like all those cheesy feathers and Swarovskis and be something that has nothing to do with me. So we chose the tribe. Uzanele Mahlakaro is asking,
Yes,
how do we
yeah.
choose a
Ask me
tribe?
how did
You just
tribe,
go
yeah.
into the internet and you choose a tribe that visually and aesthetically speaks to you. So that's how I did mine. But also because 3 of my friends that I went with belonged to a certain tribe. What if you've got a small bum bum? They even have shout outs for small bum bum girls. They've got songs, I promise you. And then they go, let's hear it for all the small bum bums. And then everyone starts twerking and starts, and then you start, and they teach you wind, and then you push. So it's literally, there's no discrimination. Like, everybody gets a chance. Everybody gets honored, celebrated. And then so it's the Monday and Tuesday before Ash Wednesday, because they're a very religious community. So it's usually Monday and Tuesday before Ash Wednesday, then it's Ash Wednesday, and then Thursday they continue with the party. So the week before and the week after, they have build-ups and wind-downs. So you can stay there for the 2-day carnival, 8 days, 10 days, a week, whatever. So yeah, I was there for 8 days. Are fat girls allowed? Guys, I don't like the word fat, so sorry for reading it like it was. I never use that word. Funzi_Funzi. All shapes and sizes are celebrated, are adored, are worshipped. Women 5 times my size in literally a G-string. Women 5 times smaller than me, literally G-strings. Some people wore full-on tights from head to toe. It literally is a celebration of the female form in every way she loves herself. It's not about how you look. It's not about how much money you have. It's literally a love fest for the entire time. I've never experienced, it's in my top 5 favorite experiences of my lifetime.
Wow.
Yeah. You'd love Trini.
Yeah, that's why I was like, why was I not?
Why
like,
did you?
I even commented. I was like, okay, you know what? Like,
Sparkling literally called me. He's like, why did you leave me again? And I'm like, but I've been telling you for like 9 months. Let's go to Trini. Let's go to Carnival. Let's go to Carnival. Let's go to Carnival. Yeah.
Next time.
It's amazing. I would do it again if you know, if I had the opportunity or the funds. It's not cheap, so it's something you definitely have to save for.
So DMs. So I've got a friend of mine. So I posted on my WhatsApp that we were talking to Lani. He says, "Please tell that lady I love her. She's my crush." And I'm like, okay. He said that to me on my phone, my WhatsApp. Craziest DMs you have received. I'm sure you get a whole lot of them, but the craziest, you're just like, hey, Sparkling, this is.
You know, I've been very fortunate with DMs because I'm verified, and I'm not a person like who verifies themselves and all that stuff. I literally woke up the one day and Instagram had verified me for myself. So I don't know how it works and whatever, but because I'm verified for people who don't know, is the people with a blue tick. I don't get DMs from people I don't follow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
So yeah. So once you're verified, I only get your DMs because we follow each other. So I don't get random DMs from people I've never met or people I don't follow. And so it hasn't been dangerous, you know. It's look, you know, guys ask me out and all that stuff. It hasn't been like devastating. It's been sweet more than anything, you know. Yeah. I think that's been my saving grace, honestly, is being verified, so that I'm not accessible to just anyone. And that's why I went off Twitter in 2015, because I don't like being easily accessible to people who can just like disrespect you at the drop of a hat.
Because they just woke up and they're in a bad mood and they're just like, okay, I want to just mess up your day.
And they feel like, okay, but for Unathi today, and I'm no.
Fucking. And in terms of yes, I wanted to ask you this. So remember I told you when I was reading your book, I finished it like a month or 2 ago. There's a part when you spoke about now you don't fall in love. You walk steadily into love. Can you tell me about that? Like, I thought that was very powerful. You said, I don't believe in falling in love. Literally, I saw that sentence. I was like, okay,
You called me immediately. Like, you literally...
What
I
is
read
this?
that sentence and you called me, you're like, Sparkling, are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm worried about you. What do you mean?
And then you then explained it further. Can you just tell us that and what that means? Because I think that's very empowering. When I read it and I understood it, it's very empowering.
Thank you, my friend. I don't believe in falling in love anymore. Of course, I've fallen in love in the past. Because when you fall in love, you're literally not steady on your feet. You literally don't have control. You're literally caught in the whirlwind of the romance. So the way he looks at you, did he buy you flowers? How many times he tells you he loves you? And those kind of things. And then you start to question and worry about other things a little bit later. What does he believe in? How does he speak to himself, which is going to influence how he speaks to me? How does he feel about himself, which is going to influence how he feels about me and how he treats me? Does he want children? Does he not want children? How does he feel about a woman with children? And how does he feel about a woman with children from different fathers? Is he judgmental? Is he not judgmental? How does he speak to his mom? How does he speak to his father? How does he feel about his father? Because a lot of our men don't have great relationships with their father, and I do. You know, so that is growing into love. Because I changed that again. So that's growing for me. I believe in not falling into love but growing into love. So do we connect in terms of spirituality? Or we don't have to connect, but do we respectively disagree with how we follow our faith or are active in our faith? How do we feel about education? How do we feel about where people go to school? How do we feel about racism? How do we feel about black people, white people, colored people, and everything in between? How do we speak about weight? Like I just said to you, I don't use the word FAT because it's a trigger in my family because I grew up with someone who's bulimic. So I'm very sensitive to weight issues and how I speak to people, but it starts with myself. So it's I can't fall in love because I have too many things to think about. When it comes to my partner, is he respectful? Is he compassionate? You know, if I'm falling in love, oh my gosh, do you remember that time when we were at like Neighbor Goods and you too grown for that now, Sparkling?
No, absolutely. I think I was looking at someone said that that's actually their favorite part of the book. Yes.
Thank you.
Macheta Tabile was saying that that's their favorite part of the book. And for me, that was one of my favorite parts. Another one was the perfume you got in Egypt. Do you still have it?
It's
Can you
yeah.
just, can you just tell us the story? Like what happened there? Just brief. I know it's quite long, but just a brief part of it.
One of the most romantic experiences I've ever had. So we went to Egypt for our honeymoon, and we were meant to spend 10 days at the Red Sea.
Yeah.
The Red Sea, where you know when you dive into the sea and the fish start nibbling all over your body because they're eating your dead skin. So it's exfoliation by God's Mother of Earth, Mother Nature. So we landed very early in Egypt, and our connecting flight was going to be 9 hours later. And we bumped into this incredible man called Ayob, and he just fell in love with us. He could see we weren't Egyptian, and he came to us and he said, "What are you doing here?" And we said, "We're on farm honeymoon." It was 2009, so the entire world was in love with South Africa at the time. And he's like, "Oh, you're Mandela's children, and also it's the World Cup next year. Let me take you on a trip around Egypt." He literally whisked us into deep city Cairo, bought us breakfast, took us to his friend's place, Ishmael, who breeds horses. Cut a long story short, we drink tea, coffee with Ishmael. He's like, "Let me take you to the pyramids, but I'm not going to give you the tourist experience. You're going to experience it like us. Can you ride horses?" I'm like, "Yeah. I mean, I trot on a horse." And he was like, "Let's go." Cut a long story short, the city doesn't tell you we end here and the pyramids are gonna start in the next road. There are no signs like the pyramids are gonna start. So now we're riding on these enormous, majestic horses through the city, and then all of a sudden it's the last row of houses and just sand for kilometers and kilometers. And like there in the distance you can see like the pyramids and the shrinks. And we just start galloping. galloping and galloping and galloping for felt like 30 minutes. To cut a long story short, he's part of a society that is honored in Egypt that allows them to show certain people where the pyramids are. So if people
Yeah.
are familiar with Beyonce, remember Her I Am World tour?
Yes, yes, yeah.
And on her I Am World tour, there's a section where she's in the pyramids and she's wearing a cream burqa that she's covered herself with, and a cream like cloth, and she goes down into the pyramids and then she starts singing Ave Maria. I was in that exact spot. So they took us down to Pharaoh's tombstone. We prayed in there, and then one of the pharaohs, we prayed in there, and then they took me and the father of my children to Cleopatra's bathroom, which literally, because it's not cement like we have nowadays, which is hard and impermeable, because the clay has air pockets, it literally still smells of perfume till today. If you were to go there now, it would still smell there now. And then after that, I had a private moment in there. And then after that, they took us to the home of Nefertiti. And Nefertiti is the Egyptian goddess of love. I mean, lust. And they gave us a whole lot of perfume, oils to smell, and asked if I wanted to buy any. And I literally fell in love with that one. And I've had it since 2009. And I still use it, and I still have it. I've got about 40% of the bottle left. So it's strong, it's wonderful. And they gave us a history. Like, that's where your Chanel's and your Louis Vuittons, Cartiers, all these people that make perfumes, they start in Egypt first for the scents and the combinations, and the original scent, and then they chemicalize them and turn them into perfumes for commercial value, obviously.
And what time is your conversation with Gareth? Because we could talk forever, you and I.
Don't stress, they'll call me at 4:30.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because I wanted to give you an hour and 15 minutes, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Please don't stress, my friend.
And
yes, it happened all in one day.
Oh yeah, she was saying that
literally, and then literally we went back with Nefertiti's rode horse. So we did the pyramids, and then we went into the Sphinx, that beautiful, huge Sphinx, that feline cat. Left there, then we went to Nefertiti's home, bought the oils there, had lunch and tea. Galloped back to Ishmael's home, dropped the horses off, and then literally sped through Cairo back to the airport, and then got to the Red Sea that night. And can I tell you something I didn't write in the book because I didn't want to brag about it in the book? We were there a week. So I was there a week before my birthday. And we were there a week before Beyonce was going to perform in Egypt on my birthday.
Oh, wow.
And we were in the honeymoon suite, and she was in the honeymoon suite.
Oh, wow. Hello. Oh, wow.
I just don't want to write about that in the book, because once you brag about certain people and certain things, like, then you never get to meet them, or when you do, they're like, oh, she talks too much, Lo. So I'm preparing for when Beyonce and I become friends, so I didn't want to I'll be like that.
Is it? And in terms of Idols, Sparkling, you've been on Idols for the past
this is my 10th season now.
10th season.
Yeah.
How has that been? And yeah, just tell us about that, because I just look at Kifilo. It says, what's your opinion on religion? I don't know what type of question that is, though.
Do you want me to do Idols, or do you want me to do religion? Or I can do both.
You can do both.
Okay.
So decide which one to start with.
I think let's start with a deeper one first, and then we can go light with Idols.
Okay. Yeah, so what's your opinion on religion?
My view on religion is, it's a very personal thing for people, and I think religion is fluid. So I tend to say that I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, because my name is Unathi, which means God is with us. So I am very religious, but I also am my ancestors living. The blood of my ancestors still runs through my veins today, if you think about it physically. Because now, to take away but it's science versus beliefs and whatever. Physically, the blood of my ancestors is still running through my veins and keeps my heart beating. Yes. And that is an African belief that I cannot and will not deny. So I worship God,
Mm-hmm.
and I speak to my ancestors, and they guide me in what I am supposed to do to fulfill my purpose. So, but I think it's something that I need. It allows me to follow my purpose, to fulfill what I understand God has deemed me to do on earth. It allows me to know myself even better. Like for me, the spiritual side of me, I can name my grandfather 5 generations down. And I think these are some of the things that our spirituality gifts us, with grounding ourselves and knowing who we come from, where we come from. My spirituality has allowed me to understand that I've different bloodlines in me. You know, as I said, there's a village in Zimbabwe called the Nkayi village, you know, and so I know some of my ancestry comes from there. And I know that, you know, my descendants, some come from the Khoisan. So I've got Khoisan blood in me. I've got Zimbabwe blood in me, Kenyan blood in me, Egyptian blood in me, German blood in me. So allowing myself to define myself as being spiritual allows me to be less dogmatic in my beliefs. Yeah.
I think before you go on to idols, there's something that I just thought about now. How you see what I love about you. So just to cut a long story short. Last time we were in Sandton, there's something that you did that I absolutely love. So we were walking out of the mall and walking to the parking. Then someone wanted to park, and then we had two random people who were standing in parking, and you didn't know this person who wanted to park, who were standing in parking, saving the parking for someone else. And Unathi goes like, "Hi, sir." And this is Unathi. People are trying to take pictures, trying to talk to you. She says, "Okay, hi, sir. Please, can you move away from the parking? Because we don't reserve parking in Africa." And you direct this person that you don't know to park. Where do you get that? Where do you get this thing where you don't know someone, but you stand up for people who otherwise they would have just driven past, and then these people would have infringed on their rights, so to speak?
From Europe.
Mm.
Because I believe that you know, it takes a village. And African people, we are considerate, we are respectful, we are compassionate. We will give you our last meal when we don't have another meal. And I mean, they tell us when in Rome. So when in Africa too, right? So and I do that because I know with power comes great responsibility. And I know that I'm a powerful person. So let me be a person of significance and great influence, as opposed to, I could have walked away, but I would have felt very crappy, and then you would have judged me very differently. You know?
But and this is not the only time. Another person posted on Facebook who you are offering to go past when you're driving, all these things. So I guess you just answered it like it's really the whole idea of being the whole person who you are. So some kid
Yeah.
is asking, sorry to cut you, what were the
No,
food
no.
items stayed away from for you to get your goal weight? What are the food items you stayed away from?
Dairy gives us cellulite, ladies, and it gives us a big tummy, and it makes us bloated, and it constipates us. Wheat gives us cellulite, constipates us, and wheat gives us mikaba and Dunlaps and back fat and side handles and muffin tops and all of that stuff. And then sugar ages us. I learned that from Kourtney Kardashian. Sugar, well, first Courtney, and then I watched a documentary on sugar. Sugar is more addictive than cocaine. Sugar is one of in the top 3 most addictive substances in the world, but it also ages us. So the moment I stopped consuming sugar, I started looking younger. Everyone's like, you're doing a Benjamin Button. No, I just stopped consuming sugar on a daily. So let me not put people under pressure. So when I say dairy, wheat, and sugar on a daily, it's you can't have. Well, let me not say you can't have. I can't have cereal for breakfast because that's wheat, sugar, and dairy in one meal. All things that you shouldn't be eating. That's one meal, and that's every day. So now you're compounding the poison in your body. So from, let's say, milk, I'll have milk in coffee once in a while. So I'll have a cappuccino maybe once every 2 months, but then I'll have black coffee every day with no sugar, right? So it's that. And then you're going to have milk in your cereal, right? Then you're going to have milk in your coffee. Then you're going to have mayonnaise in your salad. And then you're going to have custard with your malva pudding that night. And then you're going to have ice cream. Then you're going to have yogurt in your muesli. Like then cheese in your toasted cheese sandwich. That's dairy all day. Do you know what I mean? Then you're going to put sugar in your cereal. Then you're going to put sugar in your coffee, and then there's sugar in your juice and sugar in your mixer when you drink alcohol, and that's sugar. And then wheat, you're going to have a slice of toast after your cereal, and then you're going to have rye bread for a snack, and then you're going to have a baguette for lunch, and then French toast. It's just compounding stuff that's just bad for us. So I decided I'm going to eat clean. This morning I had chicken livers and cabbage for breakfast.
Oh, wow. And someone is asking, do you still drink an alcohol? Do you still have that? And how did that Disaronno taste? The Disaronno, did you taste it finally?
What?
Disaronno.
Which one was Serrano again?
Disaronno,
yes!
the one...
Thank you, it was amazing! I forgot, sorry, yes! I'm a bad friend. Yes, it was amazing. Thank you, my friend. Yes. Guys, me I drink it. I believe you must live your life, but do it responsibly. So I stopped drinking vodka because vodka is just potatoes. Right? So I stopped drinking vodka and I've switched to gin. And then my other one is I love champagne. Sparkling knows that. I love Patron. And when I have gin and juice. Remember Snoop Dogg? So I don't have gin with anything fizzy. I don't have gin with like soda water or tonic water or lemonade or apple ties, whatever. I literally have gin with apple juice because it's less acidic than orange juice. But I even have like gin in my smoothies. I'll gooi that with my spinach and my kale and my celery and cucumber and pineapple. And then I'll gooi gin in my smoothie because that's gin and juice. Thank you later.
Idols. Let's talk about idols.
Oh, yes. It changed my life, my friend. Changed my life. I get to experience the two things I love in the world the most, which is people and music. And I get to be in that, and I get to see people's dreams, and I get to help. I get to advise, and I think, being a musician and the only musician on the table, apart from when we have our guest judges, of course, is I know the devastation of rejection. So I try and navigate through that and help people through that. So it's wonderful. I get to be a girl because I'm tomboy. About the All Stars. Can you see the All Stars?
Yes. Which ones are those?
Yeah. These ones I got from Nigeria.
They're so dope.
A friend of mine bought these for me because he knows I love All Stars. Well, he commissioned the artist to make them for me.
Oh, wow.
Because he knows I love All Stars. So one of my visits there, he asked I've tagged them on my Instagram feed that I was announcing you guys on. So you'll be, I think it's, oh yeah, it's HRM shoes. So you can check them out there. So she custom made them for me because they know that I love All Stars. But yeah, I get to glam up, wear incredible makeup and clothes, and it's wonderful. I get to be a canvas for South African designers. I get to experience wonderful production week after week after week when we go live. I get to experience the talent that is South Africa. It's all just like a wonderful vibe, man.
Sparkling.
My
Let me
love.
just read this question here so I can let you go. There've been quite
Well,
a
we
number
don't
of.
have to if you want. I'll literally tell you when they start calling, and then we can say
Cool.
goodbye. Are
Yeah,
you
let's
fine
do
with
it.
that?
Yes, I'm okay with that. So I am Eve is asking, how long did it take you to gain your weight? Okay, so I think basically they're saying, how long did it take you for you to get to your ideal weight, the weight that you wanted? But before you answer that, you said this to me the other time. You said that it's not about the scale. I remember you saying that. So yeah, then you can answer that. So maybe you can also explain that because I remember we spoke about it and you told me sparkling is not about the scale.
It's not about the scale. I haven't weighed myself possibly in 5 years. The only time I weigh myself is once a year because we have to go for insurance as the Idols judges and Proverb. The four of us have to go to get our life insurance every year. So that's the only reason why I weigh myself once a year. But I don't weigh myself because it's not about the scale. It's about how I feel about myself and how I feel emotionally, but how I feel physically. So am I fitting to my clothes?
So sorry about that. Do you know what Instagram does?
After an
After an
hour.
hour, they catch us off. They're
Yeah.
just like, you all are just talking too much. You two friends will talk the whole day. We're going to cut you a bit. So
They're
you were
gonna
talking.
change. They're gonna change that after the lockdown.
I think so. I think
Yeah,
they'll have
definitely,
to.
definitely. Yeah. So for me,
Good.
as I was saying, it's about how I feel, my friend, and where I am. It's not about how light I am or skinny. I don't even want to be skinny. Like I think I reached. And to answer the lady's question, I think I reached my goal weight maybe 3-4 years ago. But it's a constant. Then I was running too much, and then I got skinny and lean, and I lost my shape. And then I stopped running, and then I got too bulky and thick. So it's just a for me, and that's not, it's a personal choice, and for the kind of lifestyle that I live. But I think I'd say it's been 2 solid years where I've been thoroughly happy with everything that I am, how I look, how I feel, how heavy or light I am, how agile, how fresh, the energy. So I'd say a good solid 2.5 years to I've been thoroughly happy. My dream was, and it's a weird dream. When I was 98 kgs, I longed to wear bikinis. I had stretch marks from my breasts down to my knees. Thoroughly overweight. I had a whole lot of cellulite, and just I wasn't happy with myself. A lot of people love themselves the way they are, and they're allowed to. Please, can we give them that? And my dream back then was I just want to wear a bikini. And I want to be comfortable in a bikini, and not I want to wear a bikini and be comfortable lying down and then shoot a
Side profile.
narcissistic selfie and then post. No, I wanted to be comfortable in a bikini where I can play volleyball in a bikini. I can play soccer with the boys in a bikini. I can skip with my kids, play hopscotch. I can dive in the sea and swim with dolphins in a bikini. So that's what my dream was for me. And then the dream further was, which is now, I want to be able to get into a bikini on any day of the year. And that's where I am now. Where, like, if I'm told tomorrow we're going on a trip and I have to be on the beach, you know, I've got more than 20 bikinis, and that's all I wanted.
And you do look great in a bikini.
Thank you, my friend. Do you need to record? Thank you. Sorry, that's Edgar from Rhythm Sessions. Please say hi, Edgar.
Hello, hi.
Hi, Edgar. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Who's this?
This is Glamour
Good.
South Africa, the magazine.
Oh, wow. Hey, Glamour South Africa.
Hey!
What's up? My name is Ed Soul of the Rhythm Sessions. I'm about to take the shine for 2 minutes. Yeah, you can go to our album or EP. It's up right now on all digital.
We can make it!
We can make it. We're going through a difficult time as a country right now, so we believe that our song Rhythm Sessions and Newtown Soul, We Can Make It, can get us through this tough time, man. It's a song of hope. Hope you get it. It's called We Can Make It. All digital platforms. Sorry, thank you so much.
It's fine.
Cool.
What we do, we
Thank you.
share.
Thank you.
Do we have a live party this weekend as well?
It's happening right now. Stream live right now.
We got a party going on right now, Kaya.
It's a live party on Kai FM.
Yeah, so we got a.
Live stream.
Edgar, it's you guys. Who else is DJing?
No, just me.
Edgar's DJing now. So as soon as we're done, sparkling, train to Edgar, because I know you're going to train today.
Oh no, definitely. So yes.
They're
So
like,
in
we
terms
love it. We can make it. Yeah, sorry, my friend, I'm listening.
No, it's okay. So you started out when you started out working out. It was quite hectic. I remember you were almost like pushing cars, doing all
I
sorts
was
of things.
pushing cars. Remember, and those huge tires that I was pedaling?
Yes.
Yes.
It's so for someone who wants to start
Yes.
his or her own fitness journey, what would you just say to them? Because you've been on it.
The same thing I say all the time. What are your 6 favorite songs?
Mm-hmm.
Put them onto a playlist. Put your sneakers on, drink a glass of water, and walk for the duration of the 6 songs. By the time you're done, that's 30 minutes gone. Start there. Tomorrow, play the same 6 songs. Walk for the same duration. The next day, same 6 songs. Walk for the same duration, or finish the walk quicker, same distance, quicker than you finish the songs. Or walk longer for the same duration of the songs. And start one by one, and then eventually you'll get to a point where you're pushing cars, carrying people, and, you know, doing treadmill for 2 hours.
Wow. And Myra is asking, share something on growing hair naturally.
Hydrate your hair. Hydrate your hair, all the time. Thank you. I don't use heat on my hair anymore, so I don't blow dry my hair. That's what kills. That's what kills women's hair. I do Bantu knots, so I wash my hair and then it shrinks. Obviously, oil, moisturize, and then I do Bantu knots, which stretches it out like this. And then I use gels and styling creams to keep it up. When I do braid my hair, I make sure that my stylist, my hairdresser, Kuligani, and my hairstylist, Unathi, they don't touch my hairline. I use a lot of oils. So I'm an amla oil girl because it's got 7 different oils. I use olive oil, castor oil, coconut oil. I base my scalp, as I said, hydrate. I just take care of my crown, hey. But also because I've got a daughter now. So before I had a daughter, I wasn't too focused on the hair. But because I have a daughter now and she's got beautiful hair, like her father's given her like incredible hair. So I also don't want her to grow up with a lot of the anxieties we had growing up as Black girls. So I've had to make it exciting, fun, exotic. You know, we have hair clips and we sit down and we sit it. I've got in my main bathroom, I've got a mirror that's from literally an entire wall, so from top to bottom, left to right, and then the bath is right in it. Garrett's gonna call in 5 minutes.
Okay,
he's gonna send me a message now. So can I just send him a message back quickly? I won't.
All right. No, that's fine. It's okay. Of flaxseed oil from Ghana. Yes, we're back.
Don't forget
So
the flaxseed oil from Ghana. That's Unathi, my hairstylist. Hello, Kama! He's in Botswana. Yes, and
he
so
just told me
Unathi
he moved
as well
to
also
Botswana.
gives me a lot of oils. So flaxseed oil from Ghana as well. Everything.
And someone was asking earlier your skincare routine. How do you keep your skin glowing?
Thank you. A secret of mine is I wash before I go to the gym, and then I
Mm,
moisturize heavily before I go to the gym,
mhm,
hydrate before I go to the gym, and I do it before I go to bed as well. So a lot of people don't use the time that we're sleeping for skincare. And that's the best
mm,
time because you're out of the sun, you're not stressing or stressing out your skin, you're not stressed yourself emotionally, and that gives your body the time to regenerate itself. So a lot of night care, a
mhm.
lot of hydration, drinking water, moisturizing before I train, so that when I sweat, all that hydration goes is absorbed by my skin.
Yeah.
Um, and I sleep a lot.
With what time? Because you're working almost all, well,
Sparkling
outside of
me.
the lockdown.
No,
Outside
no,
of
no.
the,
Even before the lockdown, you know me. If I'm not working, I don't answer my phone. I leave it. I leave it there. So I sleep. Like now, I've got you. Then I've got Gareth, and then I'm not gonna see my phone until Monday morning. I'm going to
yeah, I know.
sleep Friday. I'll wake up. I'll train, and then I'll go back to sleep. Saturday, I'll wake up, train, go back to sleep. Sunday, the same. You know me. You know me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll return your call from Friday on Monday. I'm sorry, my
And
friend.
I'm
My
just
phone was in the kitchen. And people think
definitely,
I'm
and this
lying in the beginning.
no. People we do think you're lying in the beginning, but then when we're with you, one of the things that I love is that you're there. You
Yes.
are here, which
Yes.
I feel in this age of social media, the age of being socially connected with devices,
Yeah.
people are not there, which is very important.
I've seen couples at dinner and then they're not talking to each other, they're on their phones.
Mm.
So
It's like
I
why?
literally I ban phones. Like you know Wednesday nights are restoration nights at my home. So I'll have like 15 girlfriends over. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
puts their phone down. You know, when we have lunch, dinner, whatever drinks, I don't
Mm-hmm.
touch my phone. So
Yeah.
I just feel that people are scared to be intimate with each other. Like, why can't I just look you in the eyes and ask you, how the hell was your week, dude? Who
Mm-hmm.
annoyed you? I can't do that like this. You know, like you sit 2 hours with someone, there's no eye contact. Yo, me, I go. I go. Then you don't deserve my time, right?
Mm-hmm. That's true. And it's Shabalala is asking advice on dealing with cellulite, please.
I used to have a lot of cellulite and it literally disappeared the day I stopped consuming dairy, wheat, and sugar, which was 2018. So I don't
Mm.
have any cellulite. And that was just, I stopped consuming those things. Dairy gives you cellulite, wheat gives you cellulite, sugar gives you cellulite. So
Cool. Sparkling, thank you so much. This was super fun. And people love you. People are like, thank you for this moment.
I
We
love
love
you
I'm like,
guys. Thank you for tuning
ah,
in.
thank you so much for tuning in, guys.
We've got a secret for you. That's all I can say. Hey, Sparkling.
Yeah. Yes, we
Damn
do.
it, this
Yes.
lockdown.
Yes, I know.
I know. However,
Mm-hmm.
I think, and it's not I think, let me
Mm.
affirm, however,
Mm.
God is always on time, number one.
Yes, that's true.
And humbly, I think it's better timing if you think about it.
I, I was thinking that too.
In the global scheme of things, that's all we're allowed to say. I think
Mm-hmm. It's better.
I humbly accept what God has deemed his perfect timing for the surprise that we have.
Mm.
And I'm so
Cool.
happy you're a part of it. So can I
Thank you.
say this so that by the time it comes out, your
Mm.
readers know?
Mm.
I'm so happy that you personally and the editor of Glamour was a part. Gareth calling. I need to get to him now. I'm so
Mm.
grateful that you are part of this historic, enormous thing.
Cool. Thank you so much, Sparkling. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye bye. Thank you. I'm live. Close the door.